Your business is losing time, money, and opportunities, and you probably don't even realize it. Want to know why? Watch this video closely.
So what if you could build a business that literally makes you money while you sleep? I'm serious. And what if you could use the exact same blueprint as some of the fastest growing companies on the planet? Well, today, that's what we're doing. We're breaking down that blueprint, the SaaS business model, step by step. You know these names, right? Of course you do. You probably use at least one of them every single day. But what do they all have in common? What's that invisible engine that fueled their crazy, explosive growth? It's not some secret club or a bunch of venture capital magic. It's the business model. It's called SaaS. And here's the thing that gets really exciting. This model isn't just for Silicon Valley giants. Not anymore. The principles are so clear and so accessible that you, right from your own desk, can build a product that generates consistent, recurring income month after month. So that's the big question, isn't it? How does this thing actually work? From the outside, it can look super complicated, but I promise you, the core mechanics are surprisingly simple once you see them laid out. We're going to unpack the entire process from a simple idea all the way to a scalable business. Let's dive in. Okay, first things first. What on earth are we even talking about when we say SaaS? Let's get a crystal clear definition. So SaaS stands for software as a service. Now think back to the old way of doing things. You'd go to a store, you'd buy a physical box with a CD-ROM in it, you'd install it on one computer, and that was it. You owned that version forever. SaaS completely flips that on its head. Instead of one big upfront payment, your customers pay a smaller subscription fee, usually monthly or yearly, for access to software that's always up to date. And honestly, this is the simplest and best way to think about it. It's just like Netflix, right? You don't go out and buy every single movie anymore. You just pay a monthly fee to access their huge library. SaaS is the exact same idea, but instead of movies, it's for powerful software tools. All right, let's get to what I believe is the most important step in this entire process. Seriously, this is the part where most people go wrong right from the get-go. Now, I know this sounds completely backwards, doesn't it? You want to build a software business, so step one must be start coding the software. But that is a trap. The most successful founders know that the product itself is actually the last thing you should be worrying about at the very beginning. So here's the real starting line. It's not an idea for a cool feature. It's a real, nagging, painful problem that people are already dealing with, a problem they face over and over again, and one they would gladly pay someone to make disappear. And just listen to the rhythm of these problems. Invoicing isn't a one-time task. It's a constant headache. Managing orders during a dinner rush is chaotic every single night. Trying to juggle 5 social media platforms is a total time suck every single day. You see, these aren't minor issues. They are recurring pains. And wherever you find recurring pain, a SaaS product is almost always the perfect solution. Okay, so you found a painful problem. Great. Now, and only now, can we start thinking about building a product and, how you're going to make money from it. Look, you do not need to build some massive, complicated piece of software with 20 different features. No way. You need to build an MVP, a minimum viable product. Think about the very first version of Dropbox. It had one job, a single folder that syncs across your computers. That's it. Your goal is to build the absolute simplest version of your tool that solves that one core problem you found and solves it really, really well. Now, let's talk about the magic of the SaaS model, recurring revenue. You get paid every single month like clockwork. The standard way to set this up is with pricing tiers, just like you see here. And this isn't just about giving people options, it's a smart strategy. The basic plan gets people in the door. The big business plan makes the middle pro tier look like the most reasonable, best value choice, which, by the way, is what most of your users will end up picking. It gives everyone a clear path to grow with you. All right, let's move on, because building a great product is only half the battle. Now, you got to get people to actually sign up and use it. So how do you find those first users? Well, you have to go where they're already looking for answers. Are they searching on Google? You need SEO and maybe some targeted ads. Are they watching tutorials on YouTube? Well, then you should be creating helpful content that shows you're an expert. But the ultimate marketing tool for almost any SaaS is the free trial. Nothing, and I mean nothing, sells your product better than letting someone experience that aha moment when your tool solves their pain for the very first time. Now, to get to that making money while you sleep dream, you need these 2 keys. First, automation. This means when a customer signs up at 3 a.m., everything just happens. They get billed, they get a welcome email, and they can start using the product without you having to lift a finger. Second, and this is the real secret to long-term success, is retention. It is so much cheaper to keep a happy customer than to find a new one. Your goal is to make your product so essential to their daily life that they can't even imagine canceling. That's how you build stable, predictable income for the long haul. So there you have it. We've walked through the entire journey, right? From spotting a pain point to building a simple solution to getting users and then growing that monthly income. And this right here is the main takeaway. This isn't just theory from a textbook. This is a practical, proven roadmap. Following these steps is exactly how you take a simple observation, an idea about a problem, and turn it into a real, functioning, and profitable business. The roadmap is clear. And notice, it doesn't start with knowing how to code or having a bunch of funding. It starts with curiosity. So for the rest of today, just pay attention. Listen for the frustrations and the little annoyances around you. At your job, in your hobbies, one of those, I wish there was a better way to do this moments. That could be your starting point. So the only real question left is, what problem will you solve?